So do you want to start the introduction
Yes.
and then I'll go over attendance, or we go over attendance?
Yes. So Juan Luciano, chair.
Veronica Castro, co-chair. This is the Economic Development Meeting and Public Safety Combined Meeting of May 21st, 2025, 7:08. We do not have quorum at this time.
I mean, online. Let's take attendance of individuals online. Damlash. Oh, Damlash, sorry.
So I got Juan, chair present, Veronica Castro, co-chair present, are in person, both of them in person. Dimaj is remote, Shrado's excused, Joanne's remote, Harry's excused. And for public safety, I do not know their whereabouts. They'll be marked absent until further notice. That's Hazel and Dwayne.
Great. All right. And we don't really have a very complicated agenda. We actually only have a renewal application. Correct. From
We do have a new business item too, just which I did forward you earlier today.
yeah, from Portofino, and they are here today. Should we let them?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can join us at the table
You can
now.
just sit. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just 2008 Williamsburg Road.
Yes,
Okay, and it's a renewal license, right?
correct.
Okay. And let me just ask Jeremy. Jeremy, do you know, or did you have any conversations with Chris about any incidents involving Portofino and reports to the 49th precinct?
Chris has sent us that email.
Okay. And I'm sure there's like nothing.
Well, according to the NYPD, I'm sorry, I'm just finding the,
I'm present here. I sent you guys an email, but in the same
Yeah.
time also Detective Hall is
Got it.
online too.
Oh.
Is that the 917 number?
Number?
To my understanding, yes, she says she's gonna join via phone.
Okay.
I think so. You have to request to unmute her.
is she on the Public Safety Committee officially? Is it on the website?
Isn't it the Detective Hall from the New York or from the?
Oh. No, I knew you're talking about Naomi because Naomi just sent a message.
No.
I just sent it to Detective Hall and I sent one to Naomi as well.
No, she's not on the committee, to my knowledge.
Okay. Detective Hall,
So what committee am I on?
I don't think you're on one currently.
Are you welcome to join this
So
one?
that's not my fault.
I know we're not saying it is.
I think she
I
can.
mean,
listen
I
to
requested the
CPS.
unmute for whoever called in. It's *6 to unmute. So if that's Detective Hall, I mean, if you want to hear from her regarding the application, if
Yeah.
that's her.
There's nothing attached to your email, right, Chris?
No, just what was said by the 49 precinct. I don't know if that's,
Look what is below, whatever it's written by Detective Hall.
yeah, it says the last complaint received by this location was September 20th, 2024 for loud music. Last arrest made was October 11th, 2024. Has there been a change of ownership since that time, or is you've been the owner throughout that period? Okay.
You're the owner.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he don't speak English too.
I speak English, but not.
Okay.
You know. Need some help with the help.
That's fair. Do you know about these incidents?
I don't know about that. No, not the music incident.
Okay.
No, no, this is the first time I heard. It's
What
a coffee
about-
shop, you know. It's not like music, loud music and stuff.
Yeah,
like that. I never.
he just has regular sound right. It's not no band or no jukebox.
What about the arrest? Do you know about the arrest in October of last year in your place?
Yes.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about that.
So you want to hear about it?
Yep. sure.
I should tell us about it.
They are one of my employers, you know. They go in. Employees, yeah.
Mm.
They go inside. They say they find some stuff inside. No extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
I wasn't here. I was in Albania vacation. Not vacation, but I have something to do, you know. And they come inside and they check everything. They find the door Door back is not like to open. How you say that? I don't know.
The back exit.
It's
back
not
exit.
shut.
It was.
No, it was open, but they want something to.
Like push bar.
Push
Yeah.
bar.
Yes.
Yeah, push bar, release bar.
Yes, I don't have that, and they find some extinguisher. But I have the thing, but they don't see it. I don't. The police don't see it.
Okay.
Exit sign, one exit. I have the one was on, wasn't on. You know, it was broke. I can't get that.
Mhm.
And what else?
The smoking signs.
The smoking sign. I have it, but I have on the TV. There was smoke.
And
I
they
had it,
arrested
but they just
your
put it.
employee.
on.
There were two video games inside the closet in the office.
Gambling
So,
machine?
Yeah, they're not gambling, they're Broadways. For entertainment only, so they
It was an
arrested,
office, yeah.
they arrested her for that.
Have those machines been removed?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
And we go in the guy go in the court. No, he don't go in the court. We dismiss the case. Yeah,
It
they
was
arrest him
dismissed
for 2
before it went to
hours.
the judge.
Yeah, he goes just 2 hours, and they released him. And they give a paper to go to see the judge, but he never see the judge. The case was dismissed before go to the judge.
Did they give him any like?
Yes, he has.
And they give him like a letter that
Yes,
they.
yes, they emailed him. Yes,
But this was.
I have-
Do you have that?
yeah.
Oh, great.
I have it to you.
Can you forward that to Chris at some point between now and tomorrow?
Yeah, I show you if you want to see now. And I can print it out. I don't know if we can print it out.
Yeah, we can bring that out, sure.
We really need to hear from the detective.
What do you guys need to hear?
So we're here with the owner of Portofino, the restaurant located at 2008 Williams Ridge Road. And Mr. Kirka spoke with you earlier, and I guess you guys exchanged emails. You indicated that there was a complaint for loud music on 9/20/2024, and that there was an arrest made for 10/11/2024. Do you have any other information apart from the fact that there was an arrest?
The only thing I have on top of that is that I think sometime in December, our special ops did an inspection with buildings as far as of having some type of shed inside that it wasn't supposed to have. I guess a warning was given. I'm not sure what happened after that, but it's been clear since 5 months now of not having anything with them, but I don't know, it's just been 5 months, so.
Sorry, so after the first time that NYPD and buildings went in, there was another inspection or another visit?
Yeah,
Okay, and then that second visit, the buildings found that there were no violations?
no, I think they still had the shed up.
They still had the violation was still there. You understand what she's saying?
That's from my understanding. But we also
The shed-
still have to go through buildings just to make sure and verify.
Okay,
The shed was put up for the pandemic,
right.
so
Go to
It
the
is.
side.
after the pandemic, they started going around giving violations, so it's removed at this moment.
Yeah, it's moved.
The violation is
Yep.
satisfied.
Yes.
And Detective Holt, do you know where are you aware where the shed was located? Was it
No.
outside, front, was it?
It,
I'm
it
not
was in the
sure.
front.
So,
I often, this is Joanne Rubino. I'm often on Williamsbridge Road, and the shed has been down for over more than a month, or even, and it was in the front.
Yeah, but nothing.
So that was taken care of.
Yeah.
You're saying the arrest resulted in the dismissal.
Yeah, I read it. You can open it.
Oh, this is good. All right. So yeah, please email this to Chris, okay?
Yeah.
Sent to me.
So usually what happens if the DA's office is not going to prosecute, they send you a letter saying that they're not prosecuting.
Okay.
That they decline prosecution. So he has that letter, so he's going to email it to Chris and then we'll all have the letter.
Okay.
Apart from that, no other incidents on Detective Hall?
no, that's it.
Anyone else has any questions for the owners?
No, I'm good.
Anyone else?
I just want to know, as I know they have, if you have outside seating, I think you have to apply. Has that been done for outside seating without a shed?
Yes, we applied for the permit. We have the
Ah,
permit.
And,
Okay.
You have the-
yes,
We
yes,
do,
yes.
yes.
Any other questions? Damaj? No questions. Anyone from the Naomi, do you have any questions?
Committee, to my
I'm sorry?
knowledge. I'm not on the committee to my knowledge.
I know, but I was gonna move to you first, and then I was gonna move to the gallery.
You're the only other
Oh,
one.
oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Okay. Any questions from anyone in the gallery? Ms. Cardona. Oh, there you go. Hi, how are you?
Request for her to unmute. Okay,
Hi, guys. Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
I just have one question. Isn't that the location where there was a shooting, I think, in 2024? That's the only thing of all the things I've heard that concerns me is, on a relatively quiet area, to have something like that happen, what guarantee do we have that something like that won't take place again, if that's in fact the location where that happened?
That was the location where that happened.
Okay, thank you, officer.
so
Do you-
that,
That, I think she said that was the location. Is that correct, Detective Hall?
Correct. Correct.
When did that happen in 2004?
I believe that's sometime last year in 2024. I don't have the exact date.
Yeah, I don't remember either. All I remember is it was all over the internet.
September 14, 2024. Still on the internet.
Thank you.
and it was definitely connected to Portofino's, the shooting.
From my understanding, yes.
Do you guys have any information on that?
I'm aware the shooting happened in the street.
Was-
Saw the video.
Was the person coming from Portofino's?
No, one guy come outside. I have the tables outside, One guy come outside to sit there. Whatever the waiters come to serve him, after 3-4, I don't know, he should go to ask him what he wants. After 3-4 minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, I don't know, somebody from outside, not inside, somebody from outside come to beat the guy. And he has a gun with him.
Mhm.
And they go from there, they go in the street, they go like pushing each other, you know what I'm saying? They don't start, after that, the shoot happens. What happens in the street, not in nobody was inside, nobody was, just one table outside.
And the
So,
gentleman
and-
with the gun never entered Portofino's?
No, outside.
Okay, what,
The police has a camera. I give the camera, I stay 3 hours with them all night with them to show everything, they have everything they have to know.
what kind of security do you have at Portofino's in case somebody does try to enter with a gun?
Nothing. It's just a coffee shop. It's not like, it's not discotheque, it's not like, nightclub or stuff. And
So it's not,
it's just cappuccino.
people don't go
coffee.
there and hang out
Yeah,
at the lounge or
it's
anything like that?
10-11 o'clock closed. It's not like all night loud music and girls and stuff. I know.
Okay.
Detective Hall, do you have any information as to whether in fact Portofino did cooperate with the police and everything else?
I don't have the particulars with that. I would have to speak with the squad to get that information. But I don't know. I do know that things are still underneath investigation, so it might be something difficult to
I
give
understand.
to you guys.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
How long have you been since?
18 years.
18 years.
Yes, almost 18 years.
Wow.
One shooter.
One shows nothing. Yeah, that's perfect.
Wow. Okay. Thank
Uh,
you.
All right.
Anyone else? Larry, I sent you a request in case you want to say anything or you have a question. Rich, also, I sent you a request.
Oh, I have no questions, Veronica.
All right, thank you.
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks, Rich.
All right. So the way it works is like this. I'm sorry, before we go into that, anything you want to tell us?
Or any questions you have for us?
Right. All right, so the way it works is we take your information that you gave us. We're gonna have a vote sometime. Actually, we can't have a vote today because we don't have quorum. So we need a few more members in order to take a vote and decide which way we're gonna go. So I'm gonna make a motion at the full board meeting. Well, I'm gonna present the case to the board meeting. We're gonna make a motion. And then there might be questions, right? There's gonna be some questions, particularly when this issue of the shooting comes up, the issue of the loud noise comes up. That's not as big of an issue. And the other incident, there are gonna be questions by members of the full board. So my suggestion would be that if possible for you guys to come to the full board meeting, because you'll be able to answer some of these questions, right? And then after that, we'll take a vote and decide what we're gonna do in terms of the renewal of the license. I think when we do we would take a vote tonight to recommend or not recommend. But we don't have enough people to do that. But ultimately, the full board would decide what to do. So, and then even their vote is a recommendation for the liquor authority, so they will decide what to do. So whether we decide to like issue a letter of no objection or a letter of objection, ultimately the decision we make by the liquor authority.
Okay.
All right.
So when date and time?
Tomorrow
Oh,
at 7.
tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow the meeting starts at 6:45, but the full board meeting actually starts at 7.
7.
Yeah, so it's at Einstein. So Chris will probably you can either contact Chris or Chris can contact you tomorrow. He'll give you the address and everything else.
Okay.
All right.
So, thank
You
you.
guys, any questions before you go?
No.
All right, cool. Thanks so
Thank you
much.
Thank you.
The address is already on the website on the calendar.
Oh, okay, got you.
It's located 1200 Van Nest Avenue. It's not far from your club, from your cafe.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Chris. Okay.
Just
have
give me a
a-
call. I'll give you directions even more in
Okay.
detail if you want.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Thanks.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night, thank you.
Detective Hall, I'm sorry. Before you go,
Yeah.
we don't have enough members for quorum for the Public Safety Committee, but is there anything that you want to report? The public, there's still members of the public here that'll probably want to hear you, and some individuals that are probably going to play this meeting and listen to it. So it's helpful.
The only thing that I just do want to say is that from the last time we spoke, we did get 9 new officers to the precinct, which is it's extremely helpful that we got that. So, thank you to the community for them sticking out on behalf of the command. I know that some other commands didn't get any, but I know some commands got a lot more than just the 9. I think the 4-7 got like 27 officers. I think probably the 40 precinct got like 30. It was a large amount, but I would suggest that the community just still continue to do the same thing when it comes to pushing for officers, because officers are still leaving at a high rate. And this is only kind of makes a little ding in the precinct. I don't really have that much other than that. But if you guys have any questions for me, that's something that you need me to answer, I can answer. It's not a problem on my end.
Any board members or any committee members have any questions for Detective Hall?
This is Joanne. I have just a question. I noticed that there are still a lot of cars that are missing wheels, and it's still an issue. And I have an app that shows that we still have, there are car thefts. So, do you have any information about that?
So we do have our NCOs, because a lot of the times these things are occurring at nighttime.
Oh,
They
sure.
are conducting on behalf of that. It's just the detectives also, what they do is if they have more than a certain amount of incidents in a certain location with the details pertaining, like they saw a vehicle and it's like, 10 times of this vehicle, they tend to combine it into one, and they'll prosecute it as something larger against
I-
that one person, opposed to just, leaving as one little incident that occurred in that location. So I do
Mhm.
know that. As far as I know, a lot of people have been having concern about abandoned vehicles and derelict vehicles. We did just do a recent operation with our NCOs and removing over 30 vehicles in the command itself, which is a large amount. And we also did an operation with the NCOs as far as removing a smoke and chill bus on East Gun Hill Road.
Hmm.
And then there
Oh.
was also a bus, I think it was on Van Ness, that they had selling marijuana from the vehicles. They're still,
Oh,
in
boy.
our possession. So we are dealing with a lot when it comes to the DAs, as far as keeping it sealed and, not letting them get these vehicles back. But it's very difficult because, you have to have a certain amount of marijuana. They're
Right.
kind of not treating it as something that's just a concern for you guys, even though it is a concern for you guys. So just know that we are doing what we supposed to be doing on our end. Continue to give us these information, and we'll try our best to continue our efforts with NYPD.
I have
But
one more question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
no, not a problem. That was it.
Yeah, the question is, oh gosh, all right, hang on. This is- Okay, so I noticed that it was last night, I believe, and I've heard it. There are these people going around in these revved up cars, speeding, going, and it usually happens at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, I don't know what to do about it because I know it happens in Indian Village and it happens in Pelham Parkway, in Pelham Gardens. And it's a thing where they're 3 o'clock in the morning and they're going around like lunatics with cars, very dangerous. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess do I call 911? Do I call 311? I don't know.
Always call 911. The issue that
That,
we're having is as soon as you call 911, by the time somebody gets over there, they're gone, correct?
I know.
So what,
I know.
yeah, so what we suggest people do is that if you're seeing that occur, please record it, because at least we can and get a plate number. So at least if we ever see that vehicle, in the area given that they do a violation of some sort, we're able to pull that person over. So that's your best bet, is just
All right.
to record, have the location. You want to send me the video, I'll send that over to whoever the NCO was in that location, and I'll have them pay more attention to it, as far as, you know, directing themselves to which vehicles are doing these things. Because a lot of the times it's the same vehicles that are doing it, but
Probably,
they just
yeah.
don't have in the pictures for it.
Okay, well, thank you.
No problem.
What about the music? Like there's like
Oh.
I think the music that they play out in the park by Whinstone Bridge. But sometimes is there something that I know that's probably outside of your jurisdiction, but is there anyone doing anything about that? Because we are affected by it. We hear it all the way out here.
You're saying that you're hearing a lot of loud noise in a
Right,
particular
so you hear
area?
like they have like it's usually they have like this very loud music, right? And they play it in the middle of the night, and it leaks all the way, it comes all the way from that area all the way out to like where I live in Astor Avenue. Are you familiar with what I'm referring to? Maybe I'm not doing a good job explaining it.
So you're
Maybe.
saying from Mass Avenue, is it the sound that's also coming from the 4-7 precinct side?
Yeah.
Does anybody know? Because I know that there was a concern about that over there in that location as well. My
Like over
suggestion for
where
you
the
guys to do,
Aldi's. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
am I correct?
I was saying, it's over where the Aldi's is over, I think that's the 447. Um, it's right outside our district, where they go in, where Home Depot is, and I think the
Oh,
cars, they
yes.
go all around. Yeah,
Actually,
they're in a circle and they have these giant speakers, and it's crazy.
so a lot of the times what's happening, because I was literally just talking to the 4-7 precinct community affairs officer, they go out and they inspect, let's say right now, they don't see anything. The thing is that we when we get this information, we're just only getting it from one person. Um, if we can get it narrowed down to like, hey, it's occurring right now from other people other than just one person relaying it, through a third party, it's harder. It's easier for that one person to make a phone call to on 311 or to those NCOs in that location. I believe that's sector, I think it's sector David. I'm not 100% sure. But I know that that location over there, we have to narrow down what time of day those things are occurring so that our officers are not just missing them every single time they go out there and to inspect because it seems like nothing's occurring. So like I said, best thing to do is to video it, call it in, and keep doing it so they could sit there and break down and narrow down on 911. This is the time of the day it's occurring. Let's try to narrow it down.
Thank you.
That makes any sense.
Any other questions, concerns? Ms. Cardona?
Larry had his hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Larry.
Sorry. I just had a quick question for the detective. When she mentioned about abandoned cars and everything, all of a sudden it seems like Williamsbridge Road over by St. Catherine's has become like a truck stop. It's lined up with just 18 wheelers and and the auto carriers and everything. Is that anything can be done with that, or is that become like a truck stop now?
No, it's not a truck stop. The hardest part on our end is just having the space to withhold all those vehicles. But don't worry, that's something that we are planning our next move with that location. It's just we just finished doing these last two operations. That should be probably one of the next ones we're looking into.
Okay, I was just curious. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, we're taking care of it.
Ms. Cardona?
Thank you. I had a question or actually a couple for Detective Hall. Two things. As far as people racing on motorcycles and cars, I'm behind Einstein, but I'm within earshot of Williamsbridge Road. I'm on Van Nest and I can hear all the way down to Pierce. There is a lot, like almost every night of the week. There's motorcycles, there's like sports cars. Racing and stuff. Like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I'm normally asleep, but if I'm awake, I do hear it at that hour too. I know what Miss Rubino's saying because I live not too far from her either. And then the next thing I wanted to say is I read an article and then I heard the mayor speak today also about the new quality of life initiatives. Is that going to reflect on how law enforcement handles loud noise like loud music down by like Bronx Park East? I used to live over there, and I still am friendly with people in that area. And a couple of people I know actually moved away because they say that the music is so loud that you can't hear yourself think, you can't sleep. So I was wondering if the new quality of life initiative is going to help law enforcement do something about situations like racing and loud music.
Well, they're gonna take away what they're gonna, break it down to what's a priority. And then they're gonna focus and direct our officers to a specific location. There is a lot of quality of life. I don't really know too much of how they're gonna do this. I know that it's a pilot program in the 4-0 precinct. I'm not sure how well it's working. I haven't really looked into it. the 4-9, I believe, might be one of the last ones to start this program. So it just depends on how it works over there in the 4-0. I'm not sure what the mayor said to you guys in pertaining those things, but it's something that they still haven't like 100% narrowed down. I think they have a plan of how it's going to work, but I really don't have the correct answers to give to you because I really don't know how their plan is for it.
Oh, okay, no, because it just sounded like it was going to be an entire citywide thing, so.
It will eventually be, because it's like I said, it's just starting out as a pilot program. But it's also, you're combining all the NCOs, the YCOs, which is the youth officers, the traffic officers. It's just going to be one unit now. It's not going to be where you have your NCOs in your location and where you can easily just, have that connection with those officers. So I don't know how they're going to do this whole program. Not trying to shut it down or anything. I just don't understand what their plan is for it.
Because summer's coming, and a couple of people I know in the Bronx Park East area, and people in the Throbsnick area and by Ferry Point Park and all that are like, oh, please, can we please have some peace and stuff. So I was kind of hoping this would be a more quicker fix, but I guess you guys can do what you can do. And I just want to thank you for the work that you do and all officers for what they do.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Any other questions or comments? Oh, Joanne.
Yes. I don't know if this is, I think it sounds like a public safety issue to me, but the monument at Peace Plaza has been vandalized. I don't know if that's a police issue or a parks issue or what, but it's a terrible thing right before Memorial Day.
I think it's the second time in the last few months that it's been, something's happened there.
Yeah, they pushed it
I think
over
they-
here.
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they made an arrest off of that.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's
Well, thank
promising.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? All right. Thank you so much, Detective Hall.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
All right, so we're not gonna make any motions. Gallery session. Anyone from the gallery wants to address the committee? All right. Moving on, there will be no motions, old business, new business. There's the issue with the Morris Park outdoor dining application. I thought we had already approved that.
Is that the new business that you were talking about? I
That's the
thought
new
that was-
business, yeah.
No,
Jeremy?
that's Enzo's.
Yeah, but I remember Morris Park Inn also being in the agenda.
Yeah, that was a couple of meetings ago.
No, but this time is Enzo's as a new business, not Morris Park.
Oh, then, but that's not what it says on the agenda. It says Morris Park Inn outdoor dining application. Is that,
Jeremy didn't correct it.
that's okay, because we couldn't do anything about it anyway.
So, I guess I confused. What was the issue with the Enzo's?
It's the same
No, it's
application,
just
but for
a-
Enzo's.
DOT sends you to look into it. And if it's any questions or if it's any negativity, we can provide it. If not, automatically it gets approved by DOT.
Right. Okay, so maybe we can bring that up tomorrow at the full board, the Enzo one.
So is this about us having to do the?
Yeah.
The way the application has to be done?
A letter of no objection.
Yeah,
All right, so if we could just raise it tomorrow.
may want to tell everyone why.
Yeah, I'll let people know. We have the wrong application. All right, so I guess that's it, folks. Right, so I move to adjourn the meeting. 7:42 p.m., 5/21/2025.
Okay,
I'll
thank you,
second
everyone.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Good night,
See
everybody.
you tomorrow night.
night.
Aboard.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Care.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.